Investigators say the driver who killed a pregnant woman in a hit and run was going more than 100 miles per hour.
Frank Mosley, on your screen there, sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Even though Milwaukee isn't known for its rappers blowing each other's heads off, unexpected things do happen there. For example, last year a man in Milwaukee killed a pregnant woman. Rapper Lil Frank from Milwaukee did not have this on his bingo card more than a year ago, but it did happen, and he will now be held accountable for it for most of the years to follow. Years will pass, therefore, you should watch the entire film to witness Lil Frank's punishment. I promise you won't want to miss it. For his role in the crash that killed a pregnant Shorewood woman, Milwaukee rapper Lil Frank had the shock of his life when a court sentenced him to 40 years in prison. Both Aaron and Mogensen.
Aaron Mogensen was 32 years old when a reckless driver in a stolen car took her life.
The other members of Aaron Mogensen's family, including his father Mark Hagan, say the rapper ruined their family. The instant Aaron's carelessness caused her to expire permanently, the father of Aaron said in the court.
All her dreams were about to come true until her path crossed with evil.
Mr. Mark Hagan continued, saying that Lil Frank, not Aaron, was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that his late daughter had come into contact with the evil Lil Frank. Although nearly everyone believes Circuit Judge David Swanson was correct to sentence the 21-year-old rapper to 40 years in prison, the rapper's mother fainted in the courtroom when the judge delivered the harsh punishment. A jury had found Lil Frank guilty of reckless homicide about 2 months prior to his sentencing. The rapper would probably be apprehended and face numerous consequences. 3 charges were imposed, as was to be expected: driving while dodging an officer, causing a fatal hit and run, and intentionally killing an unborn child. Notwithstanding his harsh nature, Lil Frank insisted that the crash wasn't intentional. Mogensen tried to apologize and kept claiming it was an accident, but his family didn't really care because they were coping with the loss of a loved one and her unborn child. Aaron Mogensen's mother described the rapper's actions as coercive and cold-blooded.
His choices were deliberate and callous.
She also added,
He shattered our family, our dreams, and our future in one senseless act.
She also added, the rapper was also given a 5-year jail sentence for a hit-and-run killing and another 5-year sentence for dodging a police killing. These sentences will be added to the punishment he received previously. Following his release from prison, Lil Frank will be monitored for 10 years. However, the rapper has around 3 weeks to challenge the sentence. What happened to Lil Frank's car? Lil Frank is easily held accountable for the events of the crash night. Even if the incident wasn't deliberate, the rapper's careless actions while at fault made the outcome unsurprising. The police officer saw Lil Frank's BMW's driver's seat on West Capitol Drive on November 2, 2023. The unexpected happened when the Wausau police officer tried to pull the BMW stop for a routine check, even though the car was probably suspected because it had no license plates. The pregnant Aaron was killed in a tragic crash after the cops honked to try to halt Lil Frank, but soon realized the rapper was not stopping. Quick chase, realizing he was no longer being pursued, the rapper slowed to 70 miles per hour as he reached the intersection of Capitol Drive and North 100th Street in Milwaukee. Unfortunately, it came too late, and the authorities soon located the collision site. Security footage shows that the rapper hit Aaron Mogensen's Toyota with his BMW, and almost instantly after that, An was slain at the scene. Despite this, Lil Frank continued to drive at a speed that the police judged to be 116 miles per hour. The officer claimed that he was forced to give up because the pursuit was going too quickly and might endanger innocent bystanders. Aaron Mogensen's family reported that she was doing extremely well before she committed suicide. Before the tragic event, the 32-year-old had been married to her best friend for around 4 years, and the two were getting ready to take their pregnant child to Disney World when rapper Lil Frank ran a red light and struck Aaron's BMW. Aaron's sister claims that Aaron was having a great time.
Aaron was not in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was living her best life, excited for what the future held for her and her growing family.
I will never be able to get over the tremendous pain of losing my daughter, said Ruth Argett, Aaron's mother. Her anguish is only made worse by the fact that she lost not only her daughter, but also the due grandson, whom their family named Baby M. Aaron had completely. Her biggest source of joy was spending time with her loved ones. A huge animal lover, she had recently started working as a helper at the Milwaukee County Zoo. All of her hopes to share their passions with their kid were shattered by her untimely demise.
A constant ache that has hollowed out my heart and darkened so many days that should have been filled with joy. We would have had a first snowfall today. And instead we've been left with silent, empty spaces.
Utilizing her grief, Miss Arad has been working to create a court watch program that keeps an eye on reckless driving cases in Milwaukee County in an effort to help alleviate the city's persistent reckless driving issue. Run by volunteers who monitor similar felony cases, the campaign has been trying to prevent as many avoidable fatalities as possible by making Milwaukee a safer environment for cars and pedestrians. Their plan is to release a report. They hope that their findings will raise awareness and educate others about ways to avoid tragedies like the one Aaron's family has experienced. A declaration by Lil Frank's relatives with his music taking the rap world by storm. Lil Frank was making his family proud before the fatal incident. He has more than 250,000 Instagram followers thanks to his success, and his family still wishes to support him despite the disaster caused by his reckless behavior, even though he has ruined all of his prospects of living a prosperous life. Following a dance that went viral on TikTok, Lil Frank rose to fame, becoming one of Milwaukee's up-and-coming rappers and achieving an unprecedented degree of popularity. In addition to the rapper's mother fainting in court, the rapper's Nemieri, Lil Frank's father, also reacted.
My son was a young man coming of age that made an irrational, impulsive decision that changed the course of his life and ours as well.
Lil Frank's father begged the judge to reduce his son's sentence so that he might go back to society and contribute positively in the future. The rapper was sentenced to 40 years in prison after his appeal was rejected, since it is clear that the judge denied Lil Frank the chance. Additionally, Lil Frank's sibling said,
"He's definitely not who everyone thinks that he is. He's not a monster. He's not none of that. He made one mistake.
His single mistake has put him in a difficult situation for many years, and he will not be able to live freely for decades to come." None of the rapper's family members stated anything to support this.